heavy impact and super surge, that's a bit crazy. That's going to be enabling that Amy that Centauro a lot. The answer from Demon's Raw obviously being that Atlas now to keep yourself alive now, also being a very high value pick as well, and wrapping it up with a lethal X up front. Just really like, I feel like two very dominant team comps and very much two team comps that will enable KO gameplay.
Yeah, absolutely. It has the potential with that heavy impact start. It's good on pretty much everyone here, so it's going to be interesting to see these picks come out. It will be Snake actually going for the Super Surge. Let that X fly, everyone else on the heavy impacts. We see Mag Souls, of course, all around. But we were talking in the pre-show earlier about some of these picks, and you know, we see the Zentaro actually come out from the Joker here, which is something that a lot of people wanted to see. It's not a character we see a lot in this meta. It's going to be really interesting to see the matchup between that and the Atlas, which is traditionally pretty strong. But right now, seeing the Brawlers trading a few blows early on in this point.
Yeah, most definitely. And also, again, like, the KOs. Like, Snake's already been taken off once, is about to get taken off again, but damage is being traded back and forth. That heavy impact just really coming into play. You have Joker also down to stagger now. So, very much a lethal game on our hands here. As Kainub is not trying to run up with the flip, maybe gets a barrier, almost gets taken out, actually, but does stay alive.
Jones are doing a good job holding that corner defense. Now Joker, the flip available, but it's the flip from Kainub that picks up the KO instead. A big move there. Now the power play for Demon's Raw. Xianzhu has to burn the flip defensively, running out of health and energy as the pressure getting mounted by the forwards of Demon's Raw. A nice glitch pop, though. Slings it right around Kainub, and Gumi's not back in the net. What an angle from Xianzhu there to steal that point away in the power play, and Showtime will be first on the board.
One of the few times where that aggressive positioning from Demon's Raw does get punished. A nice angle to be found around Kainub and Gumi there. But that is just at one point. There's still two more to be found before Showtime can find a first set here. As of now, starting off this next point as well, a barrier being taken on the side of Demon's Raw. Very much the attack still alive, but it doesn't really look very lethal as of right now.
Yeah, another early barrier here, but another early KO to trade. Demon's Raw are taking names as the Joker taking off the field yet again, but they'll trade Gumi for it. Pushed up a bit too far and getting taken out there. The 2v2 for the point. Kind of going to get a nice angle on that top barrier, though, so Demons will come out on top so far, but they got to survive a few more seconds without a goalie. The Joker managing to open up the barrier there, and now receiving a pass from Xianzhu. A simple strike war will do it, and Showtime will bring it to set point. And I mean, like you said, this has already started off to be a little bit of a bloodbath.
Yeah, and I fear it's not going to change anytime soon. Even with more awakenings in future sets, right? More damage will be found. The saving grace is that the side of Demon's Raw has a lot of survivability with that now and that Atlas pick. A lot that they can use to scale and maybe counteract that pure damage output. Because I do feel like Showtime's team comp in this early game will be favored.
Yeah, definitely have to agree with that. Raw have a lot more scaling potential here. Losing one set might not be the worst in the world for them. Right now, pushing up this barrier. Joker with a flip finds the KO, and now it's a power play for Showtime. They've got a lot of damage onto Snake. The healing ore has got to come out from Gumi. Keep the Brawler alive here. So far, doing some nice defense on this barrier. The Joker able to get around on that top corner. Looking for strike forward here. The Oni's blade comes out, but Kainub with a timely respawn will manage to hold it down and convert it back to Showtime's side, where Snake is trying to look for something. Kainub coming up right behind him. The X Maximus pop. That's one barrier down. They're looking for more, but a nice strike war from Barcode buys a bit more time. Kainub trying to sling it back in there. The Joker able to get it back. The pass splitter timing out now. Barcode still trapped in this corner as we head into overtime. Another nice glitch pop here from Xianzhu. Gumi ready for that one, though. Gets sent back to the midfield. Kainub trying to work some magic up the field. Core flip here from Barcode. And gets stalled out. They try and look for a way past Snake. A nice passing play from Xianzhu and Barcode to clear that one out. And now they'll get it back to the Joker, looking for the bottom side. The Expanse blocks that one. A nice strike from Gumi. Will hold it down. And still two flips available for Demon's Raw. One on the side of Showtime. But they still got to get through a barrier here. Showtime have the open goal. But Joker's taking quite a bit of damage. up in Demon's Raw's goal box. They're on a little bit of a timer to score this potentially. Core flip here from Kainu brings down the second barrier, and finally both sides will be opened up. Joker trying to stay alive. Core flip here from Snake off the center to Kainu. Snake looking for the strike war against Barcode, but Barcode gets it out. Snake another opportunity, but Joker's going down. Here's the power play Demons want. They're trying to force something in his corner. Pass up to Kainu, but drone to the top side. They're pushing in, closing in closer. Barcode holding strong on the goal line, though. Making the saves, being patient, and the Joker back online. Xianzhu burns the flip here, looking for the shot right to the bottom. It's a dime, and Showtime will survive and take set one.
Really convincing play from Showtime. I really liked as well. Even though they've been very aggressive in terms of KOs, they showed a lot of patience as well. All of their strike wars just had so much more power behind them by just being incredibly smart about it. And going into this draft, we have a lot of awakenings as well that will just amplify this KO playstyle and amplify the added control. There's a lot of things to be pointed out here, though. Extra special finding its way onto Xianzhu means a monumentalist is now on Kainu, and that is not only a monumentalist on its own, it's a monumentalist with a heavy impact on that now. So even now, it's starting to just be a damage dealer at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they can get chip damage. We saw here as well. Joker picked up the ad rush. Looked like mostly as a deny against Snake. Explosive entrance was on the table, but if Snake got ad rush, that might have been GG right there. So I think a smart move from the Joker to just forego the dash range and just continue on. I like what Showtime's picked up here in their draft. I think they kind of came out a bit on top there, but at least in this point, it's Demon's Raw tearing down everything. The damage is, of course, like you said, still there. And Demon's Raw capitalizing huge on their first point of the game right there. Snake just laying waste to Showtime's defense.
Yeah, and I feel like Snake almost a little bit surprised by that Super Surge value with that flip coming out a bit late. So very much kills still being found. Snake does not have any evades to his name right now, though, so he does need to be a bit careful. Meanwhile, though, Showtime, again, just being so suffocating in their positioning. Barcode walking up there even and assisting in taking that barrier as they're now in an attacking position again. Joker, a flip in front of the net, has to get answered by Kainu. But the core back into sort of neutral play. Joker will be taken out here by Snake. Really strong power play for the side of Demon's Raw now, but they do need to find these barriers.
Speaking of barriers, Snake pick up one here. Kainu can go for a second. A nice pass to Snake. The strike war will get it, and now they're pressuring for the point. Xianzhu's got to drop the firewall sentry. The Joker now back online here. Slice and dice to the bottom, and Gumi not quite quick enough to get down there in time. Will mean Showtime able to recover and score yet another point here. They've been very efficient in coming back from points where it looks like Demon's Raw has the advantage. And they just have all the momentum on this map. It feels like Taiko Temple has definitely kind of been one of their stronger maps.
Yeah, most definitely. You can just see it in play, and there's always these like small little advantages that they can find. Even there, that tight angle through the defense from Demon's Raw will get a barrier and now try to get an attack going for a second one, but immediately gets answered actually by a KO from Snake. Joker also very low, needs to be incredibly careful here to not have a 1v3 situation be brought into the play, as Joker almost gets taken out. Also, actually, with that dash, interrupts that attack perfectly. Is now finally finding the edge of the map, but Showtime has stabilized a little bit. Barcode does have a flip, needs to use it here, can't save the barrier in time though. But Demon's Raw, again, such suffocating positioning, so much pressure with Gumi walking up, using that Atlas to basically maximum efficiency here, using that expense, not allowing anything to go through. Meanwhile, Snake doing what X does best as well on the attacking line. Showtime trying to get an attack going. Turret does come out, but does not find the barrier. Kainu now jumping up front with the now as well, making use of that mobility in that ultimate, but not quite able to get it past Barcode, as again, clean strike wars from the side of Showtime. Get that second barrier. Can they find the goal in the end as well or not? No, they can't, but Barcode, again, clean pass up to Xianzhu. Joker with an even better strike war, and they will bury this core in the goal.
Joker strike wars this game have been very on point. Showtime came to play, and they've been looking locked in all match right now. On set point yet again here. They've got some energy coming up to work with. Big kickoff there doesn't result in too many barriers, as Demon's Raw just going to be able to push right back. Barcode earns a flip a bit early, and they will lose a barrier off of it, but Joker able to trade 1 for 1 on the return, and now Xianzhu with a flip available. Unfortunately, Showtime not quite able to get up to the core. Snake just pushing them back there with the X Maximus. might have an opportunity in the midfield here. Kainoob and Gumi both pushing up, though, to keep it held down. So push into this corner. A nice clear from Barcode. Sneaks it past the bell ringer here. Now a core flip from Kainoob is blocked by the firewall sentry. The core makes its way down to Joker on the bottom side, looking for the dash. That's the second barrier gone. And now Xianzu pushing up here as well. Needs to survive against Snake, but Joker here with the flip. Going to get blocked by the Asp Projection. Has another chance. Goes to the top side. Doesn't quite get the angle. But might have another opportunity here with the Oni's Blade. And the goal box is cleared out by Kainoob. And now Barcode on the defensive yet again. So getting it back down on the bottom side here with Joker. Core flip though from Snake. Gets it around Barcode. And now Showtime's opened up as we head right into overtime. Kainoob and Snake looking to pressure this top corner. The pass splitter in the way, and now the firewall sentry. Joker is pretty hurt, though. They might be looking for the KO, but a bad angle on the astral projection from Gumi. Looked to be a routine clear, but just couldn't quite find it. And it'll be Showtime taking set 2.
Yeah, what an unfortunate goal to be tanking there, because you're giving Showtime another draft. You're giving them another set. They're just one away from taking this first game now. And again, in these Awakenings, you have a perfect form here. That's just so good for so many of these players. So I do wonder who's going to opt for what. Speed being taken up by both the midfielders makes sense, and that perfect form of X. Definitely a strong pick for himself. Also a great pick to deny off of the Centauro here.
Yeah, will be Size going over the Joker. And missile prop here for Barcode. Glass Cannon picked up by Gumi is a pretty solid Awakening as well. Speed has definitely been a little bit killer, especially in that overtime, so that will help out quite a bit. I think it's another really good draft here from Showtime, but that peak performance on Kainoob, I think is something we're really going to have to look out for.
Yeah, most definitely. A lot of damage being put out by Demon's Raw now, actually. That peak performance is going to keep Kainoob alive, while that perfect form is going to enable Snake so much more as they take the second barrier as well. And they take Xianzu off the map. Barcode now, the next target of Snake. Will he drop? Not quite yet, but again, the core, it does stay up front, and it cleanly gets translated into a goal for the set, the point lead in the set so far for Demon's Raw.
And then striking first here again. But Showtime, it seems like when they're able to get a lot of damage onto Barcode, Demons are able to make things happen. But that's not an easy task, especially on Pauldron's Asher here with Catalyst. So see if they're able to keep it up. I mean, they've got some damage here onto Joker, forcing him back as Kainoob and Snake are working the pressure in the top corner. And another Super Surge KO here from Snake. Barcode's got a flip. They'll get a barrier on that one. But a barrier falls in return, and Snake's looking for a second. The Super Surge is coming in huge, and now Gumi pushing up. A bounce off the center, and it's right to Snake, who sinks it in. Demon's Raw now online and bringing it to set point.
And they're really showcasing the weakness of the Centauro pick, being that low stat HP, right? The Centauro still is very much a very killable character, and if you do have the power of an X and power of a Monumentalist, heavy impact now, and honestly even an Atlas who has great base damage together with a Glass Cannon 1-2 punch, it just can take out Joker so consistently. As you can again see, Joker is basically down to no HP, but so is Xianzu. So Showtime now having a really rough time staying alive as even Gumi gets involved and gets the KO.
And a flip for that one, but this is another power play where Demon's Raw live and thrive. Gumi pressuring this top side. Snake will bring down that barrier. Now it's an open goal for Showtime, just as Joker respawns here. Kainoob and Snake pushing up. They have the X Vacuumist, but Joker looking for a little breakaway play here. Gumi making the clear. Oni's Blade in the midfield, but Xianzu is way too hurt to do anything. Joker stuck in the 1v3, cannot get it done against the barrier. Now it's Joker getting staggered and launched around the world. Gumi almost finds a strike shot KO, but Kainoob wants this point. A pass here to Snake, looking for the top side. A nice mix-up against Barcode. And Demon's Raw, now they'll take a set of their own, 3-0. And this could be getting scary.
Demon's Raw have started to scale, and you can see it now. This X character doing a little bit of damage, and he's gonna do even more as we have stuff like specialized training in this draft. I do wonder if Snake's gonna go for it or if he's just gonna opt for the size. He will take it. Fight or Flight, also high value Awakening in this draft. So is Hotshot. Fight or Flight being picked up by Kainoob here. You need to be a little bit worried, actually, if you're Showtime now. There's a lot of strong Awakenings being found by the side of Demon's Raw here. Obviously, Gumi with a Spark is the least of your worries, and the best you can get for Showtime here actually is that extra special Timeless, which can change the tide quite a bit, but Kainoob just picks up even more speed than he already had. And now Snake, with that big fish, is going to have so much more range as well to make use of that ultimate.
Yeah, those forward duos for Demon Raw is looking pretty scary with the builds that they've got right now. Showtime definitely have their word cut out for them, and we're seeing right now the damage getting dumped, but Xianzhu actually able to find the KO on Snake with a glitch pop on the wall. They bring down one barrier here in the power play. They're looking for a second one, though. A pass into Joker, trying to line up the slice and dice, but Gumi holding it down, not letting him get that second barrier. Joker now having to fall back on low HP. A Snake coming back online, immediately getting back into the fray, looking for the KO on Joker. A nice dodge against the punch, but another bell ringer might do it if he gets the angle on it. Firewall Sentry coming out defensively, but both the forwards for Showtime are looking really hurt. They got to go get the orbs as the pressure is mounting on Barcode, still holding the barrier. Burns a flip here, gets it out. A nice pass to Joker, and Barcode holds it down. Kainoob able to flip and return. A flip pass from Snake is blocked by Xianzhu, but Kainoob able to get the core eventually up in the corner, and Kainoob goes down, but Snake makes it an even trade. Dashes through the center now. It's a 2v2. Demons Raw trying to hold onto this barrier. Xianzhu not going to quite have the momentum to get it without a forward. Might just be a stalling moment until the forwards come back online as we head back toward the neutral, but Demons Raw immediately getting the pressure back on, trying to force this barrier.
And the barrier they will find, as now there's an open net on the side of Showtime. Gumi walks up, uses the flip, but immediately gets stopped by Joker here. But Snake just being such a nuisance to Barcode in the net. Barcode not being given the chance to defend properly, positioned properly to react to this attack, and it does go in. Demons Raw find the first goal. And I feel like you can kind of see it as well now, the kind of ways that the teams want to kill. Showtime very much likes KOing through stagger, and that's just slowly not being possible anymore. The survivability on the side of Showtime, Demons Raw has just grown exponentially. So now they need to kind of move over to edge KOs, which Xianzhu was very much looking for with those Amy cyber swipes, but hasn't been able to find as consistently as they need to.
Xianzhu definitely been adapting there, but it's easy for Demons Raw to just avoid that by not standing on the edge, and the survivability is definitely becoming more and more of an issue as this goes on. We see Joker with a flip available, but no health to back it up, and Snake is just hunting him down. Look at this. Core flip burnt early here. Use it or lose it, but it won't get very far as Gumi able to block that one away. Now Xianzhu, the one trying to push up into the box, but immediately getting burnt down. Demons Raw now pushing right back. Faced with a pass splitter here, Xianzhu, a nice cyber swipe, sets up the sentry, looking for the point before they die. With the expanse from Gumi, shuts down the play. A pass here to Joker on the bottom side. Astral Projection will block that one. Get it right back around to the forwards of Demons Raw as they hunt for their final barrier. Kainoob up to the top side. Snake a nice dash into a punch will bring down the barrier. It's an open goal, and Snake is hunting for it. Pops the X Maximus, blocked by the barrier beam, but gets the core flip in return. And Joker is once again just fighting for his life. Kainoob going for the center will get blocked here, but now Snake, the one injured. Joker fighting back and off the center. It's a KO, a power play for Showtime, and a flip available. They might be able to find this point if Barcode can get it past Kainoob. Xianzhu down to Joker, looking for the bottom. Core flip by Gumi, saves it away, but they'll have another chance. Possibly Snake coming back online just in time. And it's back to 3v3 where Snake able to pop the X Maximus, and the point goes to Demons Raw.
That extra size on that X Maximus just really making the difference there to get that strike, to just get it past the defense of Showtime so cleanly. As Demons Raw is now 1 point away of taking another set here, but Showtime has 2 flips available to their name, and they want to make sure that they put them into good use. Because if you keep holding on to them for long, you might just be taken out, just like Snake did there, actually. Xianzhu used the flip for that, but power play now in favor of Showtime. Can they find a barrier? No. Gumi and Kainoob just playing it so smartly, patiently as well. Not accelerating the play any more than they have to. They are fine with dropping a barrier because they immediately return one of their own.
Showtime still trying to get as much pressure as they can while Snake is not involved, but as soon as this guy comes back, I mean, we see the health bars just dropping so quickly. And Joker not able to get an orb there. Just running around for his life yet again. Just evading whenever he's on the wall as well, expecting the Snake is going to do something. But we're about to have 2 flips up on the side of Demons Raw. And this barrier might not be long for this world. And Oni's played here in the midfield. Kainoob first to burn the flip. And oh, barrier will fall, but Joker goes down for it. Power play for Demons Raw as they try and hunt for the second one yet again. Flip here from Snake, a bounce off the top wall. Barcode was ready for that one. A nice block here. Xianzu also going to flip. It's blocked by Kainoob, though. Joker back online. 3v3 yet again. A nice pass from Gumi over to Snake, trying to find an angle, but in the 1v2 right now. Kainoob pushing up to make it the odds even. Another core flip from Barcode will clear that one out to the bottom side, but Kainoob and Snake still holding on to the core, trying to get it past. A nice flip from Snake will pick up the KO on Xianzu, and yet another power play for Demon's RAAAAHH. Snake brings down the barrier, a dribble off the corner. They're looking for the shot to the top. It'll be good, and another set from Demon's RAAAAHH will be going to a set 5.
And now looking back at these last 2 sets, it's starting to looking more increasingly more difficult for the side of Showtime to really find a winning avenue here, because we're going into yet another draft and we're letting the side of Demon's RAAAAHH scale yet again. Even now, there's Awakenings that hold so much value, especially in a kill-heavy game like this. The Stagger Swagger is absolutely an insane pickup for Kainoob here, giving more speed and giving, again, more survivability. So at this point, if you're Showtime, you need to find some different way of attacking. Maybe try to get a really good aiming turret going, but even then, it's so difficult to then make use of that aiming turret properly. If in the end you have a Gumi in net on the other half, that can just put down an Expanse on Atlas and just be a solid wall.
Yeah, the second spark here on Joker for a bit more stagger to stay alive, but it might be too little too late. Demon's RAAAAHH kind of just got everything they wanted. More damage on Snake. Gumi got speed and gave size to Snake, and Kainoob just got even faster. It's looking really scary here if you're Showtime, because it feels like the answers no longer lie in the Awakening draft, and this being the last set, this is all that they're going to get. They're just going to have to find a way to play better, and with Snake dealing as much damage as he is, and Kainoob running as fast as he is, it seems like a very tall order indeed.
An incredibly tall order, and again, we're back in the corner of Showtime. A flip being used by Snake there. Doesn't find anything. Kainoob has a flip to his name as well. Will use it to find a KO. Xianzu now down to being staggered as well. Can't really get involved anymore. Does try to walk in, gets saved by the drum, but Gumi takes him out in the end. As now 1v3, Kainoob and Snake. Borderline toying around with Barcode in front of the net there. Just Demon's RAAAAHH back in full form and just showing why they're such a strong team.
And Demon's RAAAAHH fully online in this set 5. They have scaled immaculately, and they are showing it. Showtime trying to make something off of this kickoff. They'll get one barrier here, but Snake and Kainoob, I mean, they're going to punish them for every inch of this. I look at the health bars yet again. It's Joker is just almost dead, and there's no damage on Demon's RAAAAHH at all with the double healing. And now they just convert back. They say, we'll lose one barrier. Well, we'll just kill you and then take both of yours here as they look to capitalize on this power play. Kainoob and Snake on the top side. They've got the flip to work with, and Gumi covering the out clear here. X-Mac is getting popped. A crazy save there from Barcode, but the barrier falls regardless, and Xianzu now traded out yet again. It's a permanent power play for Demon's RAAAAHH. Gumi coming up into the net, looking to get in there. Just needs a pass to one of the forwards. Goes to Kainoob, who wasn't quite ready for it, but just brings it right back to Snake. There's the flip, looking for the bull rush. The pass splitter in the way, but they get Joker on respawn. And now another power play for Demon's RAAAAHH, as they just keep the pressure up, and finally Snake able to sink it in. Oh my, match point from Demon's RAAAAHH.
This X character and this Now character are quite something if you give them the right awakenings and the time to scale. Demon's RAAAAHH now 1 point away, and it doesn't really look like it's gonna go any other way than the past 8 points have been. A barrier has been dropped again. Snake and Kainoob both have a flip to their name. Snake uses it here for some more damage. Xianzu down to no HP, and both barriers down. Barcode has a flip, but even if you do flip, what can you do? Kainoob immediately jumps on top of you as well. As Demon's RAAAAHH with a full reverse sweep will take the victory in game 1.
Yeah, looked a little bit shaky there, but in the beginning, but Demon's RAAAAHH, they knew that they can scale, and they absolutely did, and totally took over this match. You mentioned it before, and we saw it a little bit on the pre-show. Zentaro is a weaker character right now, and we see right here why. It's very easy to KO him. Characters like Asher and even X can just really abuse this guy. And he has struggles immensely against the melee goalies, especially Atlas, who is pretty prevalent right now. And while it was a very strong showing from Showtime in the first half, Demons Raw just have the scaling to keep it up. 339 redirects from Kai Noob, normal Kai Noob things, but 120 saves here from Barcode, who was just absolutely playing his heart out, but there's only so much you can do against an X and a Now that are built like that. So that's game one going to Demons Raw.
Yeah, also really quick, I want to point out, 73,000 damage by Snake. That is not nothing. And if you're met with something like that, how do you position? How do you play against it? It seems pretty difficult to find a proper angle. So in the end, it feels like the draft from the side of Demons Raw just was a little bit more consistent, but great showing from both teams, obviously. And the game one does go to Demons. That was a Show's map pick as well. Next up, we're gonna go into Night Market. Which is Demons Raw's map pick. So I'm curious to see how that one is going to go. Maybe this time we're going to have a little bit less KO heavy awakening. So really, really excited to see what kind of comps they're going to pull out this time.
Yeah, the Super Surge heavy impact is definitely a polarizing option there, and Snake made huge use of the Super Surge. But yeah, I mean, Taiko Temple is Showtime's map. Like, they kind of own that map. So to see Demons Raw bring out the win there is a bit scary, especially considering we're moving over to Night Market, which is traditionally Demons Raw's map. Like, this is kind of their map. They're sort of known for playing quite a lot of scary things here. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Showtime has to adapt here. I imagine we're gonna have to see some sort of play around the brawlers and changing up that aspect for it, because I don't think you can't run the Zentaro again, because Demons Raw is just going to do the same thing. And looks like we got our Awakenings here among Titans, built different, so playing a lot with size. This will be an interesting one.
Yeah, we're going from one damage heavy game to the fastest game you could possibly imagine. Not only do we have likely going to be a triple among Titans for both teams, you're also going to play it on Night Market with a speed gate in the middle. So I feel like we're looking at decently similar picks, but for different reasons now. Definitely, again, this now going to be so big in priority. And you can see in the draft as well, the Malko would have been a massive priority as well. Being taken away, though, not giving Barcode one of his strongest picks there. Do wonder what the first pick's going to be like. I almost want to believe it is now, although it could be a brawler priority.
Another character that's immediately coming to my mind is Atlas. And actually, there it is, yeah. Because that's kind of Barcode's, like Barcode can play all the melee goalies, but that's like the character that Barcode made his name on. And Gumi got it last time, and I saw the Among Titans. It's like, that's really nice here. So it is. We do see that first pick. There's the Now and the Asher coming out for Demons Raw. I don't know if that's going to be goalie or brawler. We'll have to see. But yeah, the midfield picks now. Showtime's going to go for the Kai here on Xianzhu. So this might be a double Among Titans here. And then they're going to just giga size their brawler, which is an option. It could be interesting. We'll have to see what the pick ends up being. If Joker bust out the Kazan or something crazy, it could be really interesting. They have the X available. They're going to go the Zentaro again. Okay, a very squishy comp, but they have the Atlas. We'll see. This is surprising from Showtime.
Yeah, they do have the Atlas, and I will be surprised to see if they do want to go for some kind of size shenanigans. I feel like the side, just Among Titans as a baseline, just going to accelerate everything. And I kind of feel like picking that Zentaro is also another sign that Showtime will opt to go for that triple Among Titans just to get that speed. Zentaro not necessarily known for getting any kind of advantage off of being big, as the Amy lock-in happens for Demons Raw. So this will likely be an Asher in forward.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, no, I mean, it's got to be, because Kainoob is on the Now. So yeah, Gumi, Aimi, goalie against the Zentaro. So this is a little bit better matchup for Zentaro than having to play into Atlas, but it's still a lot of damage from Demons Raw that you're having to contend with. And Xianzhu is also not in much better situation. Kai has one of the lowest stagger pools in the game, so if they cannot get that speed built up, it's going to be a rough day. The peak performance is really high on the priority list for Showtime here. If they lose that awakening, it can be really rough really quickly. I'm gonna be interested to see how they go playing around with this Among Titans. I think Demons very well might just go full Titans and just get the speed boost. But if anyone does end up taking built different and just trying to go giga size, it could shake things up for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. We will see though as we're now getting into the game. Honestly, I'm not sure what I should be expecting. I'm just at this point a little bit. You can't really say scared, but it's a Now Asher combination. We've seen how much damage Now and Asher do in both ways. In ways of just being able to win the game, control the game so consistently and so well, and also just doing actual in-game damage by just passively being everywhere and having so many AoE attacks as well that control the core and hit the enemy at the same time. So we'll see how heavy that will go into it, and you can see speed is the name of the game. 6 among Titans, 4 max souls. The only difference is Gumi on eject button compared to Barcode on strike shot. Gonna be a fast game ahead of us.
Yeah, speed is the name of the game here. But also, I mean, stagger is still the name of the game at the end of the day here when you have Zentaro Kai. So we'll have to see if Showtime are able to... I mean, right now, Joker's gone. Bye. That's unfortunate. But this is kind of what you expect when you lock in Zentaro. So they're going to really have to look for those mobility awakenings. A dash enhancer would be nice. Like I said, peak performance, maybe some sparks. Is very well might be the difference between Showtime winning this match and it just being a repeat of last match where demons just scale some damage and have them permanently KO'd.
Yeah, most definitely. But as it stands right now, Showtime is a little bit better off. They are working with an open goal already. Side of Demon's Raw, though, defending that excellently as Joker again being put down onto Stagger. So much damage just coming out. But a very well-timed strike, actually, will just mix up Gumi there.
Yeah, nice evade there from Joker at the perfect time to find it into the goal. But, I mean, this is what Showtime, like, excel at, right? We saw it last game. They were getting those early points early on when there weren't too many awakenings to deal with. Things just fell apart as soon as demons were able to start scaling. And we're already seeing that a little bit right now, where, I mean, Xianzhu is staggered, Joker already got KO'd, but Showtime are still managing to score. The question will be, can they keep it up and end this game as quickly as possible, or will demons have the chance to come back? And right now, a nice blink up from Gumi will take that point away. The story is kind of starting to write itself, I think. Demons might have a better team composition just from the outset.
Yeah, Demon's just having a really good showing on this first series of the day, right? And the thing that Showtime has going for them is the fact that there is an Amy in that net. If you can get the core up front, if you can get a good force situation, Amy is going to struggle to deal with it properly. Something like the Atlas Spark, the Atlas will be able to hold it a lot better. As you can see here as well, core is in front of net, and then Amy, she needs to kind of time her strike, have a glitch pop to clear the way. If she doesn't have that, it's just so much easier to put in. If that's a Mako or an Atlas or an Asher in that net on Gumi, there's just like, you press an ability and the core gets stopped. So that's what Showtime has going for them, and that's what they need to take advantage of, is that defensive fragility of that Amy pick.
Yeah, it's almost like two teams both playing very aggressively against each other. Whoever's able to get enough momentum is able to win it. Demons relying a little bit more on damage, and Showtime having to rely a little bit more on the core control. But a double barrier here for Showtime, as Joker looking to get up into position here. Running out of health, unfortunately, again. He's got to go down to get the orb. Meanwhile, Xianzhu doing some nice core control to buy some time. And now Joker back mostly alive. The Atlas Heal coming out, pressuring this bottom corner. There's the Oni's Blade, but all three members of Demons will be able to push it out there. And now once again, Joker just trying to survive, but also stay in a position where he can do something if the core does come his way. Burning so much energy on these evades. Core flip here from Xianzhu. A pass to Joker. What a mix-up. And he was ready for it. The coordination from Showtime coming in huge there as Joker, running for his life, got to the perfect spot to sink it in. Xianzhu, the MVP, as Showtime takes set one, and hovering stacks on stacks. A greedy pickup for sure, but it could pay dividends.
Greedy pickup, but my god, is this Xianzhu, is this Kai character going to be fast? Heavy impact being picked up by Kainu will assist in a little bit more of that damage output, though, as the extra specialist being denied off of Gumi. Hotshot finding its way into Amy, though, very solid pickup. Prime time for Snake, and lastly, Siege Machine for Barcode. I do feel like there's a lot of awakenings that have gone out here, which people are mostly happy with. There are some deny picks. I'm just really looking at, again, heavy impact now. We saw it last game how much it can do. And I'm worried we might see something similar again if the aim goes on for too long.
Yeah, Demons definitely got a lot of pretty good awakenings for their characters. And we mentioned Xianzhu, go the greedy pickup of the stacks. If he gets KO'd, he loses all of that speed. But if he keeps it, boy, will he be zooming. And while the Happy Star was a deny, it does give Joker a little bit more survivability because you can just go elusive more often. So it's, you know, it's actually not bad in this situation at all. We'll have to see how he utilizes that. And if it ends up coming in big, we got some damage coming here on a Kainub, and Joker's actually able to pick up the KO, dumping the whole kit, and doesn't even need to burn the flip. We'll have to dodge a glitch pop there. But Showtime looking to be in a solid position. Xianzhu going to walk up with the barrage. They'll take the point here, and once again, starting off strong here in game 2.
Yeah, most definitely. That barrage so difficult to deal with on a defensive end again if you're not an ultra lockdown character. But Gumi on that Amy has a lot of other bonus points like that damage, like that forward aggression as well. But Showtime doing such a good job as it stands right now to just get that core onto onto Demon's Raw defensive side, forcing them to kind of figure out situations right now, though, almost as I'm cursing it. Demon's Raw on the attack gets both barriers, will try to get an attack going to take the goal in the end, and you can see that Amy cyber swipe with the flip will be enough to get the goal for Demon's Raw.
Every time Demons have that pressure up, Gumi kind of feels like he's got the free reign to push up to that midfield and just get into a spot to make it, you know, a 3v2 or a 3v3, whatever he needs to do. And it can just be so dangerous every time with this IME goalie. I see some core flips coming up, but Kainub burning his aggressively to get the KO on Joker. Absolutely huge. And now Xianzhu is staggered. Gumi with the cyber swipe brings down the second barrier. Demons dismantling everything Showtime has right now. And a double KO coming out. That will bring in the second point here for Demons Raw. They'll bring him to set point. And all of Xianzhu's pancakes are unfortunately gone.
And that is not something you'd like to see. I also do want to point out really quick, Barfcode found an excellent clear to hold on to that second barrier, but Gumi was just immediately there. Again, Amy with that eject presence, really showing why this pick is not to be underestimated. As again, a barrier is down on the side of Showtime here. Demons Raw trying to set up another attack, can't quite find something that will stick though, and a huge Giga from Xianzhu will actually find the KO on Snake, as we're now in a power play in favor of Showtime, but Kainub not giving them a single inch of space to work with, as the others are trying to get an attack going again. Again, not a single barrier has fallen though, and Snake is back on the field.
Kainub, I think, just racked up about 50 redirects right here. I mean, look at this guy. He is getting all the possession, the magnetized souls, the passive speed from Titans, playing in huge there, just getting exactly where he needs to be to hit the core. Joker able to bring down one here with the passive. Did burn the flip a little bit early, unfortunately, but trades Gumi's flip for it. Now Xianzhu and Kainub, both the flips available. Xianzhu core flip past to Joker in the perfect spot, brings down the second barrier, and Kainub flips it right back, though, but in overtime, Showtime are looking for this point. A little bit of healing coming here onto Joker. He's looking to get into position, but Xianzhu actually able to find the point. Gumi couldn't eject button back in time. And Showtime able to sneak one out and tie up the set here, 2-2.
2-2, one more to the side to set. Showtime very much looking to take this point as well to get another 2-0 set lead here. They get a barrier as well. Xianzhu starting to stack up these stacks on stacks again, is on 140 roughly, so basically at full. So if he's able to stay alive, that's going to come into play as well. Both teams now one barrier down, but again, a clean shot gets it past Gumi, as now Demon's Raw is on an open net. Xianzhu tries to carry up the core, but is immediately interrupted by Snake. That Asher just being such a force to be dealing with. Flip coming out in front of the goal now. Amy turret dropping as well, making it even more annoying, as Xianzhu is now taken off ultimate, not there in time. Joker will be able to recover some of the HP there to be back in play, but again, it is a power play in favor of Demon's Raw, but Showtime can't defend it properly.
Xianzhu coming back online now. Barcode holding it down. They're looking to try and bring this point back, but there's still two flips available here for Demon's Raw. What a clear around Snake, by the way. That was really risky, but he did not want to go for the cross net where Kainub could be. And now core flip here from Kainub. Xianzhu in the way. A nice strike war from Barcode gets it away from Snake. but they got to get it back on the other side of the field now. Xianzhu on the bottom, Joker on the top, a nice pass up. Joker's got the flip available, burns it here, goes to the top side. Gumi flips in response, and now Cyber Swipe up the field, but Xianzhu with a barrage brings it back down, forces it through Kainoob, and Joker there to get the last hit as they sink it to the bottom side. Showtime gonna steal away yet another set here. Xianzhu the MVP yet again. They get closer and closer every time, but Fight or Flight showing up, that might be what Showtime need to stay in this and live through the damage.
I'm seeing flashbacks of the last game because that's going to be a Monu now or a perfect form. It's a Monu now with heavy impact. It's going to, again, be so difficult to deal with. Perfect form onto Snake here as well. Just giving these cooldowns back all the time. Still, very solid pickups for everyone. Everyone is so happy with it. But again, that power that now pick now will have in this game is not to be underestimated. Showtime, I feel like, need to find this set if they want to force a game 3, because if they're going to a set 4, it's not going to look great for them.
Yeah, they got to end it here. I think they got the tools that they need to be able to do that. I think right now is the most build advantage that they're going to have for the rest of this game. If this goes on any longer, Demon's Raw are going to probably carry it out to set 5 and win. So they just gotta seal the deal right now where they have the opportunity. And speaking of opportunities, it's an open goal inside of Demons, and the big pressure coming out. Look how fast Xianzhu is, and Joker's just always right there to follow up. As Showtime, they'll seal that point away, and they might be able to just 3-0 this game.
At a very important point, and they need to continue on with that momentum. We also have Joker has a flip to his name soon. Might be wanting to use that to secure a second barrier, as he's likely to get the first one here. Gets a second one as well with a smart strike. As Demon's Raw now on an open goal again. Barcode early interrupt will set up Showtime again to get an attack going. And Demon's Raw now on the back foot. Very much need to play carefully. Need to not like these strike wars are just so crucial for them to win, because if you're, every single little bit of space that you're giving to Showtime is space that is just dangerous for you to deal with. That's space you do not want to give. So the core goes back and forth. Demon's Raw does have 2 flips to their name and a lot of damage on the side of Showtime as well.
Xianzhu, though, able to beat Snake in literally any given foot race. A nice flip, though, from Kainu, brings down the second barrier, and Xianzhu has to get out of there to avoid death. Luckily, he's got the speed to avoid a lot of this. Gumi, though, pushing up here into the midfield. Joker trying to get into the mix to cut a lot of passes. Core flip here from Gumi, but Xianzhu just runs up and intercepts it, launches the barrage to the bottom. Gumi makes the clear, though. Cycles back around. Joker with the Oni's play, going to the core flip to the top side. A big play from Joker to bring it to match point now. Showtime managing to score still. They've got the speed to back it up. And, I mean, just watch. I swear, Snake picked up the speed gate and Xianzhu is still running faster than him.
Yeah, very much so. Xianzhu did lose all of the stacks, though, at the end of that point, so very much a nerf on that speed department for the Kai, but baseline still very fast with all of these awakenings. As now the second barrier drops actually on the side of Showtime. Demon's Raw not done with this game just yet, are looking to find this goal, but can't quite right now. As Kainu will try to run up a huge KO from Snake. That's another stacks reset on Xianzhu here. And they need to continue to find these KOs to just continue to scale this. As another one is being found on Barcode. And Demon's Raw take the first goal of this set for themselves.
Yeah, that's really big. Because now Xianzhu is going to be slowed down quite a bit for this next point at least. And they still have the flip available on Kainoob. Demon's Raw, the longer they can drag this out, the more sets that they can get here, the more chance that they're going to have of winning this. But Joker, a nice dash up, will get the first barrier. Snake looking to respond, but it won't have an angle there. Bring it back up into the Firewall Sentry. Kainoob covering this top end. That's one barrier gone. But Xianzhu looking to recover it back over to Joker here. They battle through the midfield, trying to find a way past these forwards. But Kainoob also moves pretty darn fast. A nice barrage, though, from Xianzhu. Manages to get it around the now. A pass here to Joker. Brings out the Oni's blade. Xianzhu backing him up. Core flip comes out from Snake. Core flip comes out from Kainoob. Just around Barcode. That's a barrier gone, but core flip here from Joker. Right through the uprights to the top. What a shot. Joker saw the opportunity, and that will be the game. Showtime and Demon's Raw will move on to Game 3.
Showtime, this time around, they take their chance. They close off the game 3-0. And they did not let this game go on for too long. Did not let Demon's Raw scale. So very much a great showing for them this time around. And if I am Demon's Raw, I'm going to have to start looking at maybe that Atlas pick again for a game 3, because Barcode was doing so well, even when the core did get to the defensive side of Showtime, there was just little to no crumbling from his end. Meanwhile, Gumi obviously on that Amy pick, having a little bit more of a rough time. And as much as I like seeing an aggressive goalie pick, it's just really not the same level of consistency as a defensive goalie pick will bring to the table. And again, if you look at the stats really quick as well, Xianzhu just having a masterclass in that midfield position, controlling the game so much, almost doubling the redirects of his forward and his goalie as well. Just so much core control coming out from that guy.
Yeah, I mean, the midfielders kind of made this the name of the game. They were both doing so much and putting in so much work, but ultimately Xianzhu moved faster. And I mean, we can talk about like Joker was taking so much damage, but managed to stay alive at some of the most crucial moments and just get to a spot where he was open and able to receive the core, and then just made shots that were so impactful and so efficient. The guy is pretty incredible, and the synergy that they've got with Xianzhu is it's really, really impressive, that forward duo that Showtime have right there. And we saw it on full display where it looked like they had every disadvantage. They got it done. And now moving on to game 3, Clarion Test Chamber. Feels like it's one of the most classic common game 3 maps where it can kind of go any way. Everything is allowed to be played pretty much, and I don't think there's a team that's particularly bad on it. So it'll be interesting to see how they change it up. The Zentaro has gone poorly for Showtime. It's gone well for Showtime. But either way, it's taken quite a lot of damage. So we see the Glass Cannon Ad Rush come out here. The big ticket question, will they pick Zentaro again?
I personally would be a bit surprised to see it again, but hey, never say never, right? You have a Glass Cannon start and you have an Adrenaline Rush start. Again, another Awakening set that can allow for KO favored gameplay, but it doesn't have to be, right? It doesn't have to be. And I feel like on a map like Clarion as well, with all of these different maps that come into play, you really just want a team comp that can do well on most of them, right? And a fully KO game team comp would be having a more of a rough time on certain maps, I feel like, compared to others. So I am curious. I still expect, though, Atlas immediately take it off, by the way, from Demon's Draw, not dealing with Barcode Atlas anymore. But I'm expecting a Now pick and again an Asher pick because, you know, it's just strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, there it is from Showtime. They'll pick it up. There's the Mako from Demon's Draw. So far, all the characters, no big surprises. All this stuff has been meta for a while now. And will be the X going over to Demon's Draw as well. And they'll actually be the ones to pick up the Kai here for Kai Noob. They didn't like what Xianzhu was cooking. They said, we'll try that one this time. And with the Glass Cannon start, that's definitely going to be solid. So need a goalie pick here for Showtime. The Mako and the Atlas both off the board, and the Asher as well. The pool pinched just a bit, unless they choose to rotate the Asher to goalie and go for a brawler here. It's going to be interesting. They'll go for the Rasmus. Okay, so that's most likely Joker, Brawler, Rasmus, and they'll leave the Asher for Barcode. Now, Rasmus, I think, is a good forward duo for this map. Controversial, maybe? No, it's not controversial. I'm joking, but we have a miniature kitten comp on the side of Demon's Raw. I mean, the Mako buffing Kai and X to make them go faster is scary. She's a good character. She has Glass Cannon, and that's an Ad Rush start. So Snake is going to be looking for those KOs, but I think it's a smart move by Showtime to ditch the Zentaro, go for the Now, go for the survivability, and go for a goalie as well, who just won't die.
Yeah, most definitely. And I also feel like the Rasmus pick for Showtime here is kind of goes along the line of like Barcode has a tried and true method of playing the defense, being those 3 characters, being that Atlas, Mako, and that Asher. So I don't think if you're in the last game of a best of 3 series in winter finals, you're really going to be trying out too much experimental stuff. But definitely a solid team comps, I think, from both ends. Personally, I'm very curious to see who's going to pick up the Glass Cannon and who's going to pick up the Adrenaline Rush.
Yeah. I think we can sort of guess, but looking at it here, okay, so Joker actually did go for glass. Everyone on Showtime went for glass cannon. It was only Snake who went for ad rush. I thought Joker might actually go for the ad rush, as some of those Rasmus hooks can be kind of scary here, but they're going to pick up the speed and the power instead. Once again, it's mag souls all around except for the goalies. So, I mean, it's just the gear that's really good right now. And starting off, it's Showtime, who will open up a quick goal.
They will open up the goal, but they need to find and translate it in the end. Snake does take a lot of damage here. Needs to be careful a bit because the damage is being dumped, not really allowing the Sex to play on a map like this, which is very much going to go into Showtime's favor here as they're trying to get the core into an offensive position. Joker gets a shot off, but Gumi strike shots it away just in time, as now the core is again being passed around in midfield. Snake is taking a lot of passive damage though. This X is really going to have a difficult time staying on the map in these early sets.
Yeah, early on, it's definitely going to be a challenge for the X, especially against the you got the now Asher and Raz, but I think are 3 characters that can play against X pretty darn well. And Joker can always come back to confirm a kill really easily with the hook. And now that they got the hook available, you might have to look out every time Snake is staggered, because I know that Showtime are going to be hunting for it. We just see X Maximus here. And there it is! Joker with the death touch brings Snake off the map. It's a power play, and they got a flip available. Yumi with a nice red core in overtime there does clear it past to buy a few seconds. The snare drum's coming out to trap Joker, buys even more time. The Snake will come back online now as Kainoob still working to get this final barrier. A barcode holds it down on the Asher. Kainoob bringing it back up to Snake. Xianzhu intercepts the pass to Joker, who hooks it back. Doesn't quite get it a second shot there. Continues to go back and forth, but another KO here onto Snake. I don't even know. I think it was a pendulum swing. What a clear from Gumi on the line to clear it back, but a core flip here from Xianzhu might be going in. A pass up to Joker. Kainoob wins the strike war, though, but another power play for Showtime as they continue to put pressure on the net. Kainoob, though, in the right position to hold it down. The Snake will come back online. Whiplash up for Joker, but once again, can't get an angle on the goal. And Demon's Raw still working to bring down this barrier. Barcode clears it past, and Gumi caught with the drums. Won't be able to make the save. Showtime will take point 1.
A long point it was as well, though, which could be an indicator that we're looking at a little bit more of a drawn-out game here. But Demon's Raw is back on the attack now. Kainoob has a flip to his name as well. Will he use it anytime soon, or is he going to try to hold it for maybe an orb confirm? No, that would have been a little bit too much, but he's big now. He has that power on the cat. These barrages will hurt a bit more. The strikes will be a bit easier as they're getting an attack going yet again, but Barcode holding excellently, making use of this Asher so well here. And the damage actually comes out from Demon's Raw yet again. Luckily, you have a Now on your team. You have a Now that can ultimate and help with that, as Joker with a smart death touch there will deny Gumi that defense as the first barrier drops at this point.
Joker bringing down the second one, but Xianzhu getting taken out for it. And Joker might be getting taken out for a Snake going big mode, popping the X Maximus as well as the orb. Both barriers are gone, and now dashing in Barcode trying to hold, but it's just too much in the 1v3. Demon's Raw immediately striking back in a much shorter point there to tie the game 1-1. As Demon's Raw, I mean, they're going to show that they still absolutely can KO people when they have the opportunity, and that ad rush just makes every KO that they get so impactful.
What will you do when a big orb ulted X with will come for you? There's nothing you can do other than pray, as again KOs have been found. The barrier is down though on the side of Demon's Raw here, but they are controlling this core so well. They're not really giving any unnecessary core control to the side of Showtime here, as they're playing around that middle orb so well, or the expanse. They do get a barrier up top here. Xianzhu is down HP as well, has to use the ultimate to stay alive. But again, the strike wars are just consistently being found by Demon's Raw here, as they're taking a second barrier as well, and they're not looking to score. Gumi has a flip on the defensive end if necessary, but I do not think he needs to use it yet. Clean strike timings will completely diffuse that situation.
Here from Gumi is blocked by Joker, and they'll lose a barrier for that one as both sides can be opened up. Core flip here from Snake, shut down by the pass splitter, and goes for the shot again, but Barcode keeps it held down. Giga Blast from Kainoob. It was a bit wide here, but Snake getting taken off the field. A core flip from Kainoob, blocked by Barcode, who rushes there in time. But the power play here for Showtime, they need to make something happen. Trying to force it past Kainoob. The now primary will do it as Joker with the flip available. Burns it here, looking for a shot. Gumi with the secondary available, but Xianzhu on the rebound is able to get through Snake. The Bellringer not coming out in time, and Showtime will bring it to set point.
One more point to find the awakenings that they probably want. This time around, the Now, again, is probably going to look for something like a Monumentalist. And being able to pick something like that would be so massive. But something else that is really massive here is the damage on the Joker. It gets taken out almost immediately, but the Now will keep him alive. As now Demon's Raw is down. Again, has an open goal on their end as well. Again, that's Showtime. They'll try to get an attack going. Snake takes a lot of damage here. Needs to be a bit careful around those KO zones. On a map like this, damage will fall fast, and if you do find yourself inside of those zones, it's going to be difficult to get out of them.
Yeah, careful standing near the walls here as well. There's a lot of damage on the Demon's Raw forward, but Xianzhu just running up against Kainoob. Knows they got no abilities and will just take the strike war for the set. The Showtime winning set 1 in every single game so far, and Xianzhu going to be the MVP here. Peak, Catalyst, Titan, Stagger Swagger all showing up on the board. A lot of really good options. We'll see how this draft goes.
Yeah, I am going to be curious what the pickup for Xianzhu will be here. Among is really good, but Stagger also really great to keep yourself alive. Peak, again, a great survivability pickup here. Extra special finding its way onto Barcode, making sure that that path splitter is going to be even more annoying. I think more importantly, though, we have an Among Titans on Gumi, enabling a lot more movement speed and a lot of that aggressive play that he can play so well. And an extra special on Snake will make it even easier to get those Adren Rush procs.
Yeah, that's a scary build for sure. I mean, no surprise here, Stagger Swagger and Peak Performance went off the board first. And you gotta love what Demon's Raw were able to pick up in that draft. Showtime got quite a bit there as well. But this game seems to be a lot more dead even than the previous two. So we'll see how these are going to influence what these teams are doing. But right now, it's Demon's Raw off to a quick start with both barriers down. And looking to set up for a point, though. Showtime will be responding with a barrier of their own, trying to get past this center. But Snake is pounding away on the center orb. Might be able to get it. Yes, he does. He's going to go big mode. Pops the X Maximus as well, just wailing away on the defense here. Showtime try and keep the core away from him. Kind of looking to send it back in, but Joker winning some strike wars. And get a past Snake with a dribble up to the top side. Kainoob looking to get up there to recover. A pass back down to Snake. Xianzhu trying to block everything as the pass splitter comes out. And it'll just go back to the midfield here as a core flip burnt by Joker. Doesn't get the angle on the barrier, though. And we head into overtime. There's one barrier remaining for Demon's Raw. No barriers remaining for Demon's Raw as Joker with a quick strike war brings that down.
Open goals on both ends now. Joker, no evades, no HP though, so very much a target on the side of Showtime here. A great strike shot will hold on to this point as well. Barcode has a flip on the defensive end, but doesn't even need to use it because Joker and Xianzhu just setting themselves up so nicely to secure this goal for this set. And again, Showtime just really showing convincing play in the first few sets. It's just about, are they going to be able to keep up this performance, or is Demon's Raw going to be able to get, like they did in the first game, some kind of second win?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Showtime seem to be the ones who just want to close it out as quickly as possible, and Demons want to drag it on and scale up pretty consistently. But a big KO from Xianzhu with the flip. Takes Snake off the board. And now it's a power play yet again for Showtime. Joker brings down the second barrier as Barcode pushes up to the midfield. Core flip here. Shot to the top. It's perfect. Right past the Mako primary. And Showtime will bring it to set point.
One more point to take another 2-0 set lead in this series in favor of Showtime. We are on the bouncy map, so there's going to be a lot of chaos, but I feel like a pick like now is going to be able to control that quite well. Joker, though, taking so much damage off of that Mako ultimate, off of that X, has to run back to get some HP. Joker has a flip as well if he does want to use it to confirm some kind of barrier or goal here. Will use it, gets one barrier, tries to set up for the second one, isn't able to find that though. As again, Snake is just dumping so much damage, this time onto Xianzhu, but that damage kind of goes to waste. Xianzhu does have that Stagger Swagger pickup and is back to being full HP.
Now 2 flips available here for Demon's Raw that bring down one barrier. Snake will burn the flip, trying to get the pass up to Kainoob. Bounce House makes these rotations pretty interesting as they go around the world quite a bit here. Xianzhu able to recover the core though, but Kainoob with the flip sends it right back in, and Snake able to win the strike war for that second barrier. Up in the X Maximus, just dumping some damage in Showtime's back line right now, but Kainoob Trying to find the point. Xianzhu shutting that down, but Kainu now with a little breakaway to the bottom side. A pass up to Snake for the bell ringer to get it past, but Xianzhu holding it down, blocking this top side off quite well. Snake, though, wins the strike war, and Kainu racing after the core. Snake also trying to get up there, but Joker falling back just in time. Be able to cook the core back up. Snake brings it down to the bottom side. Barcode makes the block. Kainu sending it back in. Barcode with a little bit early on the barrier beam. Wasn't quite able to actually stop the core with it. Might be an Asher moment as Demon's Raw able to pick up the point there. 1-2 now to go on to invisibility lane map.
1-2, but Showtime has almost 3 flips to their name, and a massive flip from Joker will be able to find both barriers, and a second flip by Xianzhu will find the goal. Really quick point, 11 seconds in this one, as Showtime will take the second set of this deciding game.
Xianzhu, the MVP here yet again. Monu and Heavy Impact both showing up. Both big awakenings for now throughout this entire series. See what the pick is going to be. Xianzhu waiting just a moment here. We'll allow aerials to go over to Kainoob. He's going to go for the Heavy Impact. As 1-2 punch goes to Barcode for even more red cores. We've been seeing it with the Powerhouse Pauldrons already, and this is going to help out quite a bit. Big Fish, though, falling to Snake is scary, as Explosive Entrance just picked up by Joker, and Gumi going for the Siege Machine on the Mako. Big pickup there for Xianzhu, and a big pickup for Snake. I think those are the two biggest things. The aerials is definitely helping out Kainoob quite a bit as well to run fast. But Snake should be able to live a lot more, and Xianzhu is going to be just using a lot more abilities. I think those are the things that we're really looking at here.
Yeah, most definitely. Arion very, very happy with their pickups. I just feel like on a map like Clarion, that Heavy Impact now is going to do so much work, because a lot of these maps are very close in the way they're built. So you can hit quite often you can hit a lot of people with your abilities, and those cooldowns are going to drop dramatically. As this time around, the Demon's Raw is holding up the pressure. Can't get any barrier in the end, though. We're seeing a lot of abilities and a lot of strikes being exchanged, but no one's really dying, no one's really taking any barriers. It starts off with Snake with a flip, taking the first barrier. The second one drops as well with Gumi with a smart walk up there. Kainoob able to recover that core in time, as now Demon's Raw is sitting in front of an open goal. Kainoob uses the flip, waits out the flip from Barcode, but still is not able to translate it. As a nice pendulum swing from Joker will be able to find one barrier on the side of Demon's Raw, but again, defensively active the side of Showtime here, as the core does switch sides, but immediately gets answered. Snake is rather low, but not in any dangerous position as of right now. He does put himself into one, though, dashing in. But again, no barrier has dropped just yet.
Snake taking quite a bit of damage here, but continuing to keep the pressure on. Finally has to fall back in fear of getting KO'd there. Kainoob looking for the shot, but Barcode able to block that one away. Gumi still holding on to this barrier and this flip. Barcode up to Xianzhu. Flip here from Gumi. A pass down to Snake. Burn it flip now of his own. Looking for an angle. Doesn't find anything, but a KO from Gumi from across the map onto Barcode. It's a goalie power play for Demon's Raw. Forwards in the net for Showtime, and they just can't hold against the pressure. Snake dash it in and sending it home. Demon's Raw take the point now, scoring first and trying to mount the reverse sweep that they need to stay in this.
Yeah, and they do find themselves on the damage map here, which can work in their favor, because they do have pretty strong lethal force here. One barrier is down on the side of Demon's Raw, trying to get an attack going to take one off of Showtime, but Barcode being there preemptively, using that Asher excellently to just immediately defuse that situation before it gets too dangerous. As Showtime now runs up, Joker has a flip, does try to use it, but doesn't hit the core with it. Strikes not finding their targets, though, as one barrier drops now on the side of Showtime as well. 1-1 for each. Huge KO from Joker with that pendulum swing. Power play in favor of Showtime now. As they get the second barrier, can Joker secure the goal? No. Great strike shot from Gumi. Will hold on to this point, as Kainoob will come back in just a few seconds. The goal has not been found yet, and a lot of damage will be pumped into Showtime here. Now can heal up. It is actually diffused here. Kainoob down low to low HP again, but the side of Team Raw just can't really find an attack that is threatening to the barrier. Showtime again walking up, trying to get something going here, but Demon's Raw defending it so well.
Snake on last legs of life here, trying to steal the orb. Won't be able to find it, though, but does get the flip out of Barcode. Flip here from Joker. Shot on top. Another great strike shot from Gumi. On point with this game. But Xianzhu pushing up a nice pass to Joker, who's finally able to get it past. And Showtime able to score the point. Tied up now 1-1 in the set. They still have the flip available here on Xianzhu as we head over to the Bounce House map.
The Bounce House map, again, it's going to be chaotic, but if you do have that flip, you can make work with it, and you can also find a KO with it. Now, power play in favor of Showtime, but they actually end up losing the barrier as Kainoob is being so aggressive there, not letting them get an attack going here, as now Snake back on the field. Actually a negative power play for Showtime there, as another attack is mounting. Barco being bounced away, and Snake just forcing it through with that X-Pick. 1 goal away from taking the first set for Demon's RAAAAHH.
Big X Maximus there. Now on set point, this is where Demons make their comeback time and time again when they decide to play for real. And this might be their moment, as we are on the orb map here, the anomaly map, I forget what it's called, but kind of able to pick it up and go big mode here, trying to get the core back up to Snake as they got one barrier. They're looking for a second one, though. Joker pushing back up the field, forcing Kainoob to burn the flip early to get it out of there, but trapped in the jail, sent by the Giga Blast. Snake picking up the KO with the flip, and now a power play here for Demons. Another pass up to Kainoob here, back down to Snake, who's in the perfect spot, and that's the barrier gone off the Ad Rush power play, and now they're pushing in. Core flip's got to be burnt here by Barcode, but Gumi's in the midfield to not make it go very far. Snake looking to get this orb yet again. It'll be stolen here by Xianzhu, though. And now a little bit of a chance, possibly for Showtime to do something, but Snake almost with the Bellringer gets it through, but Barcode will win the strike war and hold it down. Now in a sticky situation yet again as Kainoob and Snake pressuring this top side. All three members of Showtime got to come in to try and get it past this Kai as we head into overtime. The pass splitter comes out. Xianzhu trying to force it back through the midfield, teleporting up with the barrage. Sends it back through. Barcode with the dash, able to make the save on the goal line as Joker looking for the barrier, but Gumi allows nothing. A strike shot sends it back across, and a Giga Blast from Kainoob brings Xianzhu off the map. A power play for Demon's RAAAAHH as Kainoob looking to force it in. The barrier beam holds it, but pass up to Snake. Back down to Kainoob. Back up to Snake to the top side. It's blocked, but back to Kainoob to the center. Blocked again. Barcode holding it down in the face of it all, and now Xianzhu back online.
Oh, Xianzhu's back online, but Snake has been taken out. Power play for Showtime now. They get the barrier. They want to get at the goal as well here. Put the set into a 2-2 to put them 1 goal away from taking this entire series. But they can't really get an attack going. Snake back on the field now. Orb on Joker. Size is so great for the Rasmus, but can't really make use of it. Barcode has a flip. So does Gumi. They can use it defensively if they feel like they need to. As an attack, again, is mounting. Flip on Kainoob as well now. Might be used to get a forward momentum here. Doesn't have to just yet. The Giga will do the same thing, but a pass splitter from Barcode just immediately shutting down any kind of core play going towards the defensive side of Showtime here. As, again, the strike wars are just trying to be found. They're just trying to get a good position here. A Snake will pick up the orb, will go absolutely big with damage, and will put Joker down to stagger. Joker does have a flip. Can he use it to get an attack going? No, not yet, because the core doesn't connect to it. Kind of almost secures the KO there as well. Doesn't find it, though. As now Demon's RAAAAHH on the attack. Flip from Snake, and great patience as Snake just shoots it calmly past the flip and the dash from Barcode. Demon's RAAAAHH will take the set.
Great patience there from Snake. Barcode burnt everything, expecting that core to come, and Snake waited it all out. And now a big reward for Demon's RAAAAHH. Not only do they get the first pick, but they get to stay in the series here. Stacks on stacks. Going over to Kainoob. We saw Xianzhu with that on Kai earlier in Game 2. And it absolutely can pay itself off. Twin Drive going over to Barcode. Good deny away from Gumi, who will go for the Super Surge instead. Size getting picked up by the Joker on Rasmus. A much-needed Size Awakening for the Brawler. As Might of the Colossus will be denied away here by Xianzhu. And it'll just be a Spark here for Snake. Settling for the Spark of Agility. An interesting draft here. But Demon's RAAAAHH are definitely a lot more locked in than they were earlier on. So we'll see if Showtime are able to close out the game and get it done, or if Demon's RAAAAHH will get it, or will make the comeback. But that size on Joker is, I think, definitely going to be really helpful here.
That size is going to help, but there's just so much more speed now in the team comp of Demon's RAAAAHH as well. That Super Surge making that Mako even more strong with that extra speed. So the side of Showtime will need to try to be in position to cancel that whenever they can. And obviously stacks for Kainoob will do so much work as well. As the barrier now drops, open goal versus open goal. Kainoob tries to get it past the path splitter, but can't quite. as now kind of is being put to low HP as well. Not really in any danger of dying just yet though. Meanwhile, Shionzu almost taken off, but the evade will come out just in time.
We'll hear from Barcode. Gumi's projectiles go so far with the strike shot siege machine. And just sends it right back in that corner now as you see a lot of damage onto both of the midfielders here. Kainu getting it back up to Snake, but Shionzu going to cut the pass, clear over to Joker. Gumi going to burn the flip before Joker can. And now Kainu pushing up in this bottom corner. The pass player's got to come out here from Barcode. Kainu bounce off the center, a little reverse dribble there. Now pushing up with the barrage core flip from the Joker to clear that one out. Snake taking a lot of damage as the core gets back around to Kainu, but Giga Blast blocked by Barcode, who just keeps rotating around the top side. That is the weak side with just Snake up there. It's really hurt, but they pick up a KO, and now the ad rush is online. And the power play is here. Kainu down to Snake, back up to Kainu on the goal line with the flip, sinks it to the top through everything. And Demons RAAAAHH striking first here in set 4. They are mounting the reverse sweep, and they want this series.
They will not give in at any point, as again, just convincing play from them coming out now. We are on the bouncy map. Again, it's going to be chaotic, but both teams have tools to deal with it. Damage onto Joker is being found, but it's being healed up by Shionzu as well, as Demons RAAAAHH will hold on to their barrier. Snake now being that threat of that X, just pumping damage into Joker as well. Really difficult to deal with that as they're trying to get the second barrier, but great strike wars from Shionzu and Barcode will completely shut that down. Joker now getting a barrier and still staying alive, more importantly. I feel like if Joker is being taken off this map, that power play might be a little bit too much for Showtime to handle. But he is staying alive, he's staying on the map. Gumi on the defense now. Flip coming out from Joker. Flip coming out from Gumi here, as the attacks will continue to be rained down on the defense of Demons RAAAAHH. Second barrier being found now as well. Showtime not wanting this game to go any longer than it has to, as Gumi is playing on the goalie line and completely misses a strike.
Oh no. A crippling error for Demons RAAAAHH. It was a great sword angle too. That's the crazy part. It was, if he just struck it the second time and got it out of there, it would have been a really good save. But Gumi moment, I guess, as Showtime will get the point there. And I mean, that's really dangerous though for Demons RAAAAHH. You don't want to give Showtime any points at all, because if they just win one set, they take the whole series. You got to go down to loser's bracket here. And Showtime, they're capitalizing off this momentum. They're immediately getting 2 barriers. A flip from Shionzu as well. Gets it up to Joker, who just strikes it through 2 of them and the cage. And now just like that, Showtime are on match point.
Oh, Showtime taking over this momentum so excellently. Sorry, I'm still processing what just happened. As we're now going into potentially the last point of the series. Now Showtime getting an attack rolling. Joker has a flip up front as well. Will not have to use it. Gets a barrier, gets a second barrier. Showtime now 1 goal away on an open goal. Trying to get this last point going, but power play in favor of Demons RAAAAHH. Barcode holding on defensively just fine as of right now. Kainu and Snake will have flipped both of them, as now the one barrier does drop. The second one will try to be set up. Shionzu's back on the field though. We're back to 3v3 play as Kainu runs up, uses the flip, cannot get it past Barcode. Joker takes a lot of damage in the end as well and gets taken out by Snake. Power play for Demons RAAAAHH and flip coming out, but the barrier does not drop just yet, as the attack will not be slowed down. Another KO. 3v1. Can Demons RAAAAHH find this goal or not? They will find the barrier. They will try to set up. They will almost find the goal, but Barcode holds on.
Barcode, the GOAT with the dash. Now Joker back online. They're still waiting for Shionzu. Here he is, and now it's 3v3 with an open goal. And Barcode's got to get the core out of his net right now. The barrage coming in. Some nice patience there defensively, and they'll clear it back to the midfield now. But Shionzu and Joker got to find a way to take over. There's so much damage coming on to Joker, though, as Demons RAAAAHH continue to put the pressure on. A nice pendulum swing from Joker, but Gumi's drum and bass able to push it out. Now Shionzu, a pass to Joker. A strike shot gets it wide, though, back to Snake. A shot to the bottom is good. What a dribble off the bell ringer. And Demons RAAAAHH, they'll tie it up 2-2. Match point for Showtime. Set point for Demons RAAAAHH to stay in it.
What a point. We do have a lot of energy in rotation here as well. Gumi has a flip if he does need to use it. Meanwhile, on the side of Showtime, though, a lot of flips being built as well. No berry being dropped yet. Never mind that. First one going down on the side of Showtime as Demons RAAAAHH is trying to set up another suffocating attack here. Making use of that Kai pick, making use of those barrages. Trying to just force it through Barcode. Barcode is forced to flip here as well. Will get it out, but Kainu, again, just controlling this midfield so well, immediately getting the core back into this bottom section here. Making it so difficult for the side of Showtime to play.
Yeah, now Forfeit is about to be coming up all around. Shionzu able to claim the center orb and get that extra size increase. Snake trying to get past a nice secondary from Shionzu. Steals away from Snake and brings down that second barrier off Demon's side, as now Barcode looks to hold the final barrier of his own. Still 2 flips on the forwards of Showtime. They don't want to burn until they know they can. Xianzhu burns it here, but the pass gets cut by Kainoob. And the pressure's still staying on right now. Kainoob finally able to get it back out as the fight over the center orb is doing once again. Snake comes out on top. It's got the power on the X. He's hunting for a KO on Showtime. Doesn't quite able to find it. Looks like it'll just time out with nothing too eventful happening. Nice clear from Barcode, who sends it through the center, and the barrier goes down as Demon's Raw's goal is open now. Showtime with an opportunity to end it all right here. Xianzhu trying to get it past for the forwards of Demon's Raw, not allowing it to come off of Showtime's side of the field. X-Max was getting popped. Snake brings down the barrier here. As now Gumi with the core, the pendulum swing from the Joker. Xianzhu through the middle. Snake trying to cut the pass desperately to get it away from here, but Snake's got a flip available as it floats back over to Barcode's possession. Kainoob versus Xianzhu in the pass splitter. Snake goes big off the center orb here. Xianzhu trying to prevent the core from getting it to him. Trying to pass it up to Joker. Dribble off the top bumper. Dribble off the top wall. But all 3 members of Demon's Raw going to shut that one down as Snake now with the core in the top side. Brings it down to the bottom where Kainoob is waiting. Barcode able to clear it back. And now Snake once again with possession. Barcode's got a flip to clear that one out. Gumi and Kainoob, though, with flips of their own on the way. But the Joker's just hovering, waiting for his opportunity. Flip here from Kainoob. Doesn't get too far, though, but Kainoob now recovering on the bottom side and pushing the corner hard. Flip from the Joker's block. It gets back up to Snake, who goes to the center. And we're going to set 5 again.
Oh, man. A Game 3, set 5 for an absolute crazy series here. Going into this last draft here, is there anything that can be gotten? A fight or flight for Kainoob is definitely an incredible pickup. Other than that, we have more size awakenings in the Demolitionist. Perfect form, really strong awakening for both Asher, X, and the Now. Being denied here off the X, actually going towards Barcode here. X picking up a second spark, giving that a little bit of extra survivability and that little bit of extra speed, considering he already has Spark of Agility. Primetime going to allow Xianzhu to be much more dangerous in that midfield as well, having more of those cooldowns. Same goes for the Joker, who was able to pick up a rapid fire.
Yeah, looking at Kainoob's build here, he has got the speed Exodia, especially with that Mako buff. It's going to be scary. Snake as well has basically double size ad rush spec training and 2 sparks. It's a really scary team over on the side of Demon's Raw, but Showtime are absolutely staying in this and making them fight for every inch and every point that they can get. We'll see who prevails here for a chance to go to the grand finals. Right now, Demon's Raw side opened up. Showtime still have both their barriers for now. Is the Joker versus Kainoob in the box. Kainoob able to win the strike war and get it back out. Snake bringing down one barrier, but trades his life for it. It's a power play for Showtime as they look to try and get the first point here. Kainoob, though, cutting the pass, good positioning, and moving upfield. This Kai is just so fast and can be everywhere he needs to be to get this one out, and Snake will come back online.
Kainoob just doing such a great job, just shutting down any kind of attack play for the side of Showtime here, making use of that speed. Has a flip as well if he does want to use it. He's going to try to push it up here. Can't go too deep there, though, because the pendulum swing is a threat. The KO is still a threat. As the core now goes back, a huge KO being found by the side of Xianzhu here. Flip comes out from Kainoob. Another power play in favor of Showtime, but they need to be able to get something going with this. Joker now walking up, trying to get a shot there. Doesn't quite find its target, though, as Gumi cleanly just continues to clear it into that small pocket at the bottom. Really difficult to get a good attack going for Showtime here. As Joker with Flip in front of the net now will try to maybe get a kill here. Doesn't find it. Flip comes out by Gumi as well to hold on to this point. Snake now dealing damage to the side of Showtime as well. This X just doing it, being so lethal with that extra special and that ultimate. As now Gumi will hold on to the point. Almost goes in. The whip almost gets it in, but never mind. Demon's Raw just holding on to this point.
And Barcode now pressuring the speed lane. Joker almost the pendulum swing to the center here, but Demon's Raw still holding on. Xianzhu putting the pressure on the top corner, sends the primary and is able to push it through the drum and bass. And the first point will go to Showtime. Striking first here in set 5. But what a point that was as we move over to the base drop map. I imagine every point might just be a slugfest like that with how far this series has come. An immediate KO onto Kainoob, though. That's a new one. All the pancakes are gone, and Showtime's got 2 flips to work with. We'll see if they can bring down the second barrier and bring in a second point early on.
But those stacks being gone is going to be such a difference maker as well. Kainub is still incredibly fast, but you can notice that difference. You can notice a difference in control from the side of Demon's Raw. As the attack will grow again, another barrier being found by Showtime here. Joker will be able to find it. Open goal now on the side of Demon's Raw, as Demon's Raw will try to get the second barrier here, taking a lot of damage while playing for this core control. Shionzu in front of the net now. Gumi steals it with a flip, has to steal it, as Barcode will use the flip as well to hold on to this point. Shionzu in front of the net will just put it away, and Showtime is one goal away from making grand finals.
Both flips burnt for that point, but now they are knocking on the door. And Demon's Raw, though, they are not going to make this easy. See if they're able to. We've seen them reverse sweep sets before, but there's the damage, the perfect positioning. However, Shionzu able to clear it back up with that now ultimate. Just restore all of that. And Joker, though, able to find the edge KO onto Kainub yet again. A huge opportunity for Showtime. They can just get the core away from Snake. It'll be Shionzu bringing it to the top corner. Snake having to fall back to retreat. Joker going for the bottom, but Gumi with the strike shot will hold on to both barriers as Kainub respawns. Barcode pushing up the top side, drops the pass splitter here. Snake trying to push back, but Joker with the death touch. Well, the core away from Kainub, as now Shionzu and Joker both looking to set up. A bit of a misclear from Gumi, will lose one barrier, but still holding on to that final one is Snake and Kainub just working some magic, dumping the damage, and Shionzu is gone. Now Snake dashing in, brings down the second barrier, and a strike war won by Snake against Joker. In the goal box, Demon's Raw will take the point and hold on for just a bit longer.
Showtime opting to use neither of their flips. They're probably trying to make use of them here to just close out this series. Can they get the value in them, though? As almost a Giga will take out Shionzu, but they do hold on. One barrier down, flip from Joker gone now. Barcode has a flip defensively and will likely have to use it, as Demon's Raw is now mounting pressure on him, getting an attack going, but Shionzu there to clear out this to play just in time. Kainub again being a bit low, needs to be worried to not be taken out again, because each time he dies, each time he will lose those stacks, and that's just more speed and more control lost for the side of Demon's Raw. Kainub has a flip soon, will probably try to use it once he gets the opportunity. 3 flips on the side of Demon's Raw now. Snake will use his, not get a barrier with it though. Showtime holding on to this point as of right now, as the core is bouncing back and forth. Flip comes out from Kainub, but gets answered by Barcode, as Shionzu has a flip now as well.
But not a lot of health though, has to burn it on the wall to stay alive, and now we'll heal back up, but the energy slowly shifting back toward Demons. It's only going to be Joker who's got a flip here for Showtime, as we see Kainub grab the center orb, trying to get it off their side of the field. Shionzu taking a lot of damage yet again, doesn't quite have the ultimate available, just has to run around and survive. The Stagger Swagger is going to heal him back up just fine though. Now in overtime, both sides relegated to one barrier, fighting for scraps so you can get it. Core flip here from Joker, burns Gumi's core flip as well, but the barrier will stand for now. Joker might have another opportunity, but Kainub going to clear it out. Shionzu, though, owning this midfield against Snake, just keeps sending it back over to Demon's side of the field. Kainub finally able to push up to match him. And now sends the barrage. A pass over to Snake, who pops the X Maximus, looking for the shot to the barrier, able to find it on the third strike. And now the pressure is really mounting. Snake with an opportunity. Barcode wins the strike war, though. Gets it back over to Joker. A nice death touch. Brings down the second barrier. And it's both sides opened up. Kainub's got a flip available and is pushing up to the bottom side, but it rotates back to Shionzu in the top corner. Shionzu burns the flip, gets Kainub's flip, goes to the top side, but Gumi makes the clear all the way around. And now Snake pressuring Barcode, has the bell ringer, has the flip available. Just going to get it right through the pass splitter, though. It's set 5.5. What a game so far.
We are on the last point of this series, and it's gonna be on the Obscura variant. Snake does have a flip, wants to probably use this to get the second barrier, tries to get an attack going here. A great Mako ultimate will get the play going, but never mind a KO on Kainub there. Power play for Showtime here, as it can find one barrier, trying to find the second one, but well defended by the side of Demon's Raw. As now Gumi does get played around, the core is in front of the goal. They are in an open net, and Joker will find the goal. Showtime will find the win, 2-0, and move on to Grand Finals.
I mean, what can we say but absolute cinema? This is Showtime, after all we're talking about. And welcome back to the Grand Finals, where they will hold their spot. Demon's Raw gonna have to be relegated to the losers bracket for a game against Bozo Bunch. And let's take a look at these stats. I mean, so people in the chat were saying Kainub was gonna get 500 redirects, and this guy got 520 redirects. as compared to Xianzu's 391. That is absolutely insane. But still, Showtime coming out on top. An insane series and an insane final match to end that one. Holy. 91,000 damage on Snake. 256 redirects on X. Wow, I mean, these numbers are kind of crazy.
These numbers are just insane. Not a single player in this lobby had less than 220 redirects. Not a single player in this lobby had less than 25k damage. KO's coming out all around. Barcode with 180 saves, just holding down that defense, and it gets rewarded in the end with Showtime finding this victory and finding their way into grand finals. An absolute great showing for them and confirming themselves a top 2 position in this season.
Yeah, and that the 520 redirects might be the NASL redirect record, actually. So Kaido may have just set that here today, which is pretty insane. But we'll get to see plenty more Demons RAAAAHH as they'll have to battle their way back to the grand finals. But for the revenge match from last season, Showtime absolutely came to play. If you don't remember, last season, Showtime made it a game 3 and then almost got the bracket reset, I think, before Demons was able to win it out on a Gates of Obscura map where they were able to just KO them constantly. But Showtime able to pull it out here today, and Demons RAAAAHH might have another chance here. We're going to be cutting to a bit of a break here, and when we come back, Demons RAAAAHH versus Bozo Bunch in the losers bracket. Well, they will fight for a chance to face Showtime in the grand finals and determine possibly a new NASL champion or if the Kings will remain on their throne. So that'll be coming up in just a few minutes. Stick around.
Well, that was a match that I'm pretty sure can only be described as absolute cinema. Welcome back, everybody, to the desk. We are now joined by Yoshi64, rather than Borg. But Vaughn, I'll go to you first. How do you process what we just watched? Is that
Hey,
possible?
do the best teams ever grace the course strike fields, just slugging it out? A little bit of a blip on the radar when the Maka one trick locked an Amy on Night Market. But those other two games were absolute bangers. I thought that especially Barcode was just the absolute model of consistency. My God, that guy he just doesn't really make mistakes. There was one little oopsie in one game on one point where like the ball he like missed his strike timing, but I will say I don't think there's ever been a more consistent player in like the history of the game. I literally can't ever think from literally May 2023 when that guy hosted the CECC bag, his only S tier win. I don't think I've ever seen him play badly ever. So shout out to Barcode, and then the absolute midfield slobber knocker between kind of and Chionzi was just awesome. So good series.
Really good series. 3Z, just give me your unfiltered reactions.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, like Vaughn said, Barcode locked it down. I thought Joker played extremely well to win that
Yeah.
last set. He KO'd kind of 3 times, 3-setted stack. Each KO was really, really crucial. He played really well in terms of converting offensively. Yeah, I mean, great job from both brawlers. Snake made a few mistakes defensively, but offensively he was really dominant. Kind of the whole series, putting a lot of KO pressure on Shionzu, and then just scoring through Barcode when he had his chances. Yeah, and then obviously kind of dropping 520 redirects. That's a bit crazy. To lose on 0.5, that's got to be a bit tough. But hey, they've got losers now. If they're able to beat the Bozo Bunch, that's a good little mental reset for them going into what could be even more of a slobber knocker in grands here, with a potential reset on the horizon.
So you mentioned Kainoob's 525 redirects. That is a North American Strikers League record for single game. The previous record was also Kainoob getting 424 redirects in Season 5, Week 8 versus your team, Vaughn. Sad boys. That guy does a thing or two with the core.
Yeah, bit of ball hog. Almost a competitive record too. 3 redirects short, or 4, and he would have had the overall record, which also was just set in the Nasty Grand. So lots of milestones being crossed in these last couple weeks, K-Bot.
Absolutely. So Yoshi, where do we go from here? Showtime barely wins versus Demon's Raw. Demon's Raw now gets to go down and play against Bozo Bunch. This feels oddly familiar for those of us that have been around the competitive Omega Strikers space for some time.
Yeah, I wanna walk everyone back to, was it October 2023, the Lord's Year of, where Bozo Bunch was on a generational run in the Africa Invitational and faced off against Demon's Raw in Grands, and if you could guess, they did not win. But
It was close.
today dawns a new day. It was close last time, and Bozo Bunch looked phenomenal last week. So, and Demon's Raw, I don't know, is hot off a loss in Showtime, a very, very close loss. So if there was ever a time for Bozo Bunch to strike, it's right now.
But I feel like 3Z, knowing that it's the time to strike and being able to strike are two different skills. What is going through these players' minds right now as the Bozo Bunch coming off of just watching that series in the background, probably while they were warming up? Now they've got to go up against one of those teams.
Yeah, I mean, watching Kainoob drop 520 redirects is a little scary. But I mean, you just have to be confident, right? Like that's it. If you're not confident, you can't win anything. Confidence is like the most important thing in OS. You have to have a good mental, and confidence is a really big part of that. You have to be confident in yourself and your team to be able to perform. You have to be confident in your game plan, like in your drafts. So if Bozo Bunch approach this series intelligently in their drafts, and they're confident in their execution, and they perform like it, they should have a shot at winning. We'll just have to see kind of what demeanor they set the stage with in their first game. It'll be pretty decisive, right? If it's close, it's going to be a good series. But if they let Demons kind of set the tempo of the series, kind of set the what's the word? Kind of take control, basically, of the match, then it should be pretty favored for Demons. How they get, stacking KO, stacking damage, stacking pressure early on in those sets. You saw against Showtime, they weren't really winning a lot of those early sets, right? Showtime kind of took control of those early sets and were able to close it out in a couple games. So we'll see how dominant Demons can be, and that'll be the factor decide if Bozo Bunch can win.
So keep the mental up and try to be the tempo setters at the end of the day. Vaughn, if you had to give a key to the game for Demons RAAAAHH, what is it beyond just don't troll?
Well, I think this upcoming match is quite interesting because the obscure breads guy, I would be shocked if he picked any of the characters that Barcode just picked. And Demons always gets pushed to the limit versus Showtime because it feels like they can't figure out how to break it, so they just try to play it. And that's literally Showtime's thing. Demons is definitely the more flexible team, but that's Showtime's domain. That's where they're comfy. That's where they're strongest. So I think Demons is going to look much more comfortable into Bozo because Bozo isn't afraid to get a little down and dirty with some damage, get a little like rough and tumble in the mud and the weeds. So we'll see. I mean, that's not to say Bozo is a damage team, but I think that Demons RAAAAHH, if they respect the most explosive pick on Bozo, which I would say is the Octavia, I could very easily see this going into like a slugfest in damage. And I would favor Demons. That they've historically been the best damage executing team of all time. So we'll see what happens. But I'm curious about how the forward pair of Demons, Snake and Kind will fare into Bread's champ pool, because those two, we're talking about kind of a lot. This Snake guy was an absolute efficiency machine, goat, glizzy gobbler in that series. He played like a beast.
Yep.
And I was kind of shocked at how well he was playing, but obviously, the spotlight is hard to shine on him. And I think if that forward pair plays as well into Breads, I don't think the characters that Breads is going to pick can physically hold that offense. So that's the break point of the game.
I mean, it felt like a lot of the game in the last one we watch, especially like games 1 and games 2, were Snake versus Barcode. And it was just who's going to be able to actually score the core. Or is Barcode going to be able to actually get it away? A lot of back and forth felt like it was happening exactly there. But Yoshi, I want to send it to you now. If there's one player who you're looking out for that you think is going to take the spotlight here in the next series, who is that and why?
I think it's got to be Gret. That guy's kind of the star of the Bozo Bunch. Always puts up numbers. Had 2 phenomenal seasons back to back. At the top of his game, etc. And if that guy picks Octavia, that's like, that's the Bozo Bunch classic. He takes over the game. GG. The team will be banning Octavia or picking it next game, that kind of thing. But I feel like he's grown a lot as a player ever since, as we talked about earlier, Afrika, and can pull that kind of single-handed carry gameplay into a lot of other characters, and it's just kind of ingrained in everything that he does. And my eyes are going to be on him, especially when you're matching into Kainoob, historically the greatest midfielder. You've got to have some sort of plan, be ready for that, and we're going to have to see if he is or not,
Perennial league MVP is never going to be fun to go up against. With Kainoob having that role now 3 times in the league's history. 3Z to you now. Where's your mind thinking this one's going to go? If you had to be looking out for particular strikers that are going to be most impactful. We know Kaidoob's going to be on the now. We know, other things. But is there one or two more niche picks that you're really hoping get pulled out here that could swing this tide one way or the other?
Niche picks. It's interesting. So we saw now being picked, I think, in every game. Last series, and that's a pick that Bozo will pick, and they'll flex. We kind of talked about it before, where either Muncher, Brett will play it, or Breads will play it in the goal. So I think now for Bozo and for Demons, obviously, they're not afraid to pick it. They enjoy, prioing that pick. It'll be pretty high, probably pick ban. Same thing this series. As far as niche picks go, I mean, yeah, you have potential for a Finny. You have potential for Erasmus on Breads. Those are two picks that not a lot of other goalies play. Dropletto mainly has been playing X and Asher. Those are kind of his bread and butter two picks. So if he's forced to play something else, it'll be probably Juliet, Centauro, maybe Erasmus. We saw Joker pull out the Erasmus in Game 3, able to get it done on that. So maybe taking one out of Hustle's hat there. But yeah, I don't know really what we'll see. The Finny probably could make or break a game if it's kind of a damage battle. The Finny does some of the highest damage like as a goalie in the game. Also, it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, right? The debuff kind of just one shot someone, right? If you have one of those high damage brawlers. Amy as well. We didn't see it all last series, and I have a feeling we could see it this series because both Brett and Kanye like to play me. And if we're playing damage, then Amy's great at damage. So
we'll see what styles the teams end up playing, and that's going to be a large deciding role in who ends up coming out on top. And now that is the question I present to the panel. Yoshi, I'll start with you. Who have you got here? Demons Raw versus the Bozo Bunch.
So I'm giving it all my energy, everything to the Bozo Bunch. I want to see those guys clock in a huge win against the previous season champions. Underdog, buff, etc. Everything. It would be so exciting. I'm a huge Demons Raw fan. Let's make one thing clear. But I wouldn't mind seeing a next level, never before seen Showtime Bozo Bunch Grand Finals. You know how crazy that would be? Two teams that have, Showtime was in Grands, but two teams who have never won NASL duking it out for the spot. That would warm my disgusting little heart, this wonderful NASL Season 5 final day of playoffs.
3Z, to you now. Who do you think?
Well, the odds favor Demons Raw. I play the odds. But let's just say that there's a piece of my heart out there for Bozo Bunch. The underdog is always fun to root for. But I'm going to play the odds and go Demons Raw here.
Vaughn, who you got?
I think it'd be cool. There's a potential for Grands to be two teams that have never won an S tier, and I don't think that's ever happened ever. That's sick. I would be down, and I just lost all my channel points because of Yumi. So I'm down for Bozo to win. I'm down. Also, if they win, it's if you lose to Bozo, then you lost to the champs. So I mean, I think any team that lost to Bozo Bunch automatically is second place. So
if I lost to Demons and Sad Boys who lost to Bozo Bunch, that's pretty chill.
Well, you lost to Frogs. I lost to the real team.
Bad.
So,
my bad.
Whatever. Yeah. So I think it might be a Bozo Bunch sweep. Why not?
Okay, well, I will agree with 3Z because I like playing the odds as best I can. But we'll see where this goes. If the last series was as the indication, the rest of the matches today will certainly be matches that you want to stay tuned for. So don't go anywhere. Demons Raw is up against the Bozo Bunch when we return.